Hey everybody, it is time for our first Free Write Friday. And Free Write Friday is exactly what it sounds like. The main idea is that you get total freedom when you're writing. That it's not serious writing that you're doing for another class. It's meant to be the kind of writing that you can actually enjoy because you get total freedom. So this is supposed to be something that's not a lot of pressure. Pick something that you actually like. And there's some details that will make this more fun and make it easy to get an A on this assignment. So, there is a link to the document that you should do your writing on. This is what you'll turn in at the end of today. And your job is to write at least 15 sentences. You definitely should write more if you have extra time. Free Write Friday is another assignment where a lot of kids earn a lot of coins or PBIS points. Every extra 5 sentences is 1 coin. So don't stop just because you get to 15 sentences. That gets you an A, but you definitely need to keep going until it's time to clean up. So, like I said, anything goes as long as you enjoy what you write. You should remember that there are filters on the school computers, so be aware of those. And you should always kind of ask yourself, if my mom was sitting here reading over my shoulder, would she be okay with what I'm writing? But Free Write Fridays just stays between you and I. So do pick something that you like, not something that you think I'm going to like. It is a normal question that I get. Your story does not have to have an ending. So let's say that it's time to clean up and you counted your sentences and you're like, wait, I have 15, but I don't have an ending. Doesn't matter. It doesn't affect your grade at all. You can just cut it off. So there is this trick that some kids use. It's called an online sentence counter, and you can copy and paste your story after you've written it, and this can try and count your sentences for you. But you should not write your story there. It's not like a Google Doc. And I had a kid one year who he accidentally pressed backspace and it erased his entire story, and there was no way to get it back. So only use it to check after the fact. I will tell you though, if that sentence counter doesn't work, you can always just try and Google online sentence counter. There's a bunch of other ones because sometimes the different ones get blocked. Sometimes they're not very accurate though, especially if you have a lot of dialogue in your story, like you have characters talking and it's in quotation marks. Sometimes they are very inaccurate. So I do recommend counting by hand, but if you really want to use one of those, that's okay. Like I said, if you have extra time, you definitely shouldn't stop. Keep going. There is no maximum. One time I had to give a girl, I think it was 62 coins, PBIS points, because she wrote so much extra. So you will turn it in to get a grade. I have some ideas for you, but you don't have to use these prompts if you don't like them. If you have a different idea, you can totally do your own idea. So I actually want to start with the other. Anything goes, including if you have a story you've already started another time and you want to continue it, that's totally allowed. But I have to make it clear, you are not allowed to just take an old story and turn it in. It has to be something that you added on to. And what you would do is let me get to the right tab here. Once you're done writing, you would copy and paste the portion that you wrote today, just what you wrote today, you would copy and paste it onto this document right here. I also have to make it clear that if you use artificial intelligence to do your writing for you on Free Write Friday, unfortunately some kids think they can get away with it and you can't. I do have to not only give you a 0 on this assignment, but I also have to give you a U in your behavior grade, and then I have to let all your other teachers know that you cheated. So you do have to do the writing yourself. But remember, spelling never counts against you in my class, neither does like punctuation. Use periods. Periods are helpful, but otherwise punctuation doesn't matter, grammar doesn't matter. Just practice writing. So if you don't have an idea of your own, I've got some ideas for you. You could do the silliest 911 conversation. Like, for example, 911, what's your emergency? Help! My little brother won't give me a slice of pizza. Please come arrest him. And so you could write the conversation back and forth, and that could be your whole story. You could do a story about a road trip nightmare. Like maybe you're driving down I-15, you're on the freeway going to Disneyland, and like a T-Rex stomps onto the freeway and starts eating everyone in their cars, right? You're making it up. You use your imagination. You could do a story about camping craziness. So maybe you're camping with your family and a bear comes into your campsite, but unexpected. Maybe the bear just is looking for a hug. He's having a hard day. He doesn't want to eat anyone. Feel free to use one of those ideas if you like them. And if you don't like it, do your own thing. But please have fun with Free Write Friday and turn in this document at the end of the writing time. Thanks, everybody. Oh, and I forgot to mention, I think Free Write Friday is a really good time to get lost in your story. So if you want to listen to music while you're working, I know the school has blocked a lot of music sites. So if you have permission, it could be from your phone. But just don't spend so long getting your music going that you run out of time to write. Because typically, remember, Friday is a shorter bell schedule. So usually you only have about 25 minutes, maybe a half an hour.